What up, my peeps? What's going on? It's Calvin. I'm a tired ass from CMO TV. And we got Rob Mack in the house on the third episode of AC Hour. What it do, Rob? What it do, brother man?
Nothing, just chilling, man. You
Yeah,
already know how I be, man. Grinding.
yeah. You gonna be doing some heading playing some ball today or what?
I played this morning.
Okay,
Hey,
what
hold
you
on
at?
1 second. Hold on 1 second to this thought. You hear me? Hold on 1 second. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, peeps, we gonna get down with the AC hour, man. See what we got going on, and we're gonna bring it back in the. I'm gonna go. Should I go to 70s? That may be a little bit too deep for y'all if I go 70s and stuff like that. So I would go mid 80s. I'm gonna go mid 80s or something like that. But y'all sit back and relax. Get you get you a brewski or something like that. Drink on your brewski. I'm gonna see if we can get one of our partners up in here or something like that. Another partner up in here. Get him to talk a little bit. He crazy as hell, so y'all gonna have to ignore all that. He crazy as cat shit. Man, lying. And you know what's the funniest thing, y'all? I want y'all to look at Rob, man. This nigga got a beard. This motherfucker ain't never had no beard. He ain't never had no facial hair, man. I mean, I think he waited till he was 80 to get some facial hair. It just grew, it just grew out of the damn blue and shit. I'm like, damn.
That's real. I ain't never really had it. It
Shoot.
even feel weird. You know what I mean? Hey, it's crazy because Bug got the same one. Mine a little bit more gray than Bug's. But
Yeah.
yeah, Bug got the same one. He was more fuller than mine though.
Yeah, I saw a picture he put up on Facebook here recently. I think he had just came from barbershop. They had him
Yeah, from Terry,
they
from
had him
Cuz.
yeah, they had him trimmed up pretty good. They had him trimmed up real good.
Yeah,
Tell me
Cuz
about
nice.
that. Tell me about that coaching. You were talking about earlier that you be coaching some ball, man. You like that?
Right
Basketball?
now I'm coaching. Last year I coached sixth grade, so this year I'm coaching fifth grade. That's going into the sixth grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When the school starts, there'll be sixth graders, so I'm coaching them. You know what I mean? That's a blessing. You know what I mean? For real, for me to being able to give back to the kids. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like really give back to them, invest in their personal. You know what I'm saying? It get hard sometimes, but like it's a blessing because kids nowadays, Cal, for real, it's like they want to skip the steps and go straight to the product. You know what I mean? Before they learn how to do one crossover, they want to do the in and out crossover to the step back, and they don't even know how to do the first part right.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So being
Uh-huh.
able to give them a little bit of details and watch them do some of the stuff, it's hard to get them to transition into the game setting when you're doing the drills, but that's a good thing. You know what I mean? At that age. So it's a blessing to me to be able to get my knowledge to them. You know what I'm saying? On really how to play the game. Because I done played through every era, even this era right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of different basketball and I done played against a lot of different people. So all of the techniques you see now, you know what I mean? So, but it's a blessing, Cal. How you like your baseball?
Oh man, the year I did it, the first year I did it, it was funny as hell because I'm not a baseball player, but my oldest son, he played baseball, so I just had to get into it. But the reason why I ended up coaching was I did play. I was playing softball, and down here, man, softball is a real big thing. It's a real big thing, man. And
Okay.
so I got to playing that regular before I had my car accident. And bruh, dude who coached, he was like, "Hey Calvin, won't you come help me coach and stuff like that?" And I told him, "Man, I don't know anything about coaching." He said, "Man, you know the basics. The kids love you, and you be sitting over there already messing around with them kids. Because I used to go over there and mess with them a lot anyway, just to get out. So I'm over
Yeah.
at the field, and man, them kids, man, they like you said, they want to run before they start crawling.
Yeah, that's really. Yeah.
And the thing with them, and what made me mad with them, this is what I knew that nothing like us. When they mess up, they sitting somewhere crying. They were literally we coached 11 and 12 year
Yeah.
olds, and think about 11 and 12, what we were doing at 11 and 12. Our
Yeah, that's why I
primary
try to tell
our primary thing is back in the days when me and you was raised up, we couldn't cry about nothing.
you.
These little kids, man, they start crying if they strike out. They start
Yeah,
crying.
yeah,
They crying if they miss a play and stuff like that. I'm like,
yeah. Hey,
you
but see, my son was different. I watched him. He was nice in baseball. You hear me? My
okay?
son had. I wish he would get on here. I should have sent the link to him. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
he was nice in baseball, right? But like he would cry if he struck out, but it was a different cry. He mad. You hear me? It ain't got nothing to do with like, you know what I mean? He mad, mad. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I used to like the competitive fire in him from day one on all the sports, everything that I trained in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I seen a video with y'all too, man. You tripped me out with your old ass. You and your son
what?
were racing each other and shit, man. That shit was funny as hell, man.
When I was on that boy heels, you hear me?
You was on his heels now. You was on his
Yeah.
heels.
He
I was
faster than he
laughing
looks.
like hell, man. Do what?
That's why it's a blessing just to be able to do that. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just to
One of
be
my
able to do that.
sons, one of my sons over here texting me now. Yeah,
Nah, that's what's up.
yeah. I done call him and tell him I'm gonna text him and tell him I'm on live. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell him I'm on live. And this dude here, man, he's a trip, man. Hey, that's what I mean. That's what I was gonna ask you. Before we get on anything else, tell me how did your Father's Day and stuff went, man? Because I did a show about that Wednesday. I don't know if you checked it out or whatever.
Uh,
Not Wednesday, Tuesday. And I was
I
trying to
actually,
get people to come in and tell me how they stuff went, if they did what they did or whatever with their children or their dad or
I
whatever.
ain't really do nothing, bro. You hear me? I
Mm-hmm.
worked and then I went out there and ate with the parent-in-law. You know what I mean? You feel
Oh,
me?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I just did that. It was more of a homie thing. You know what I'm saying? But because I had to work anyway. You
So
feel me? So
you didn't get
yeah.
the you didn't get the
Nah,
kick it with your boys. I mean, your son
nah,
and your
nah.
daughter.
I don't even know if he was working or what he was on. You know, they in Kentucky. I'm in Missouri. You know what I mean? So that's a nice little trip every time I try to make it. But yeah, I knew I was gonna have to work. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
So you didn't get to do the Father's Day
it
thing.
was cool though. It was just a family thing. You know what I'm saying? Just had some other lifetime friends come in. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
We
Well,
ate real
shit,
good. Yeah.
I uh
What you
I
do? How yours?
work. I sat in this damn garage, man, and I got to clean my garage out, and I started on that, and I was like, shit, that's the only thing I did, man. I set at the crib by myself, and I did that shit right there. I was good with that because I don't got to the point to where I love my time, and I like to stay to myself. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, how everybody doing, man? How the family doing, man?
They're doing pretty good. They're doing pretty. Everybody but Red. I got to call and check on her. She got some issues going. I might have to go up there and straighten some shit out, but something I don't want to do. But goddamn,
Let me get straight. Is Red the second oldest or third oldest?
she's the oldest.
She's the oldest. She older than Chris.
Yeah.
So it's Red, Chris, then Punk,
Yep.
dog, then you. Yeah.
No. Slick.
Ah, yeah, Slick. Slick is Slick older than Dog?
Yeah, hell yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
hell yeah. Stick over the
Hey,
dog.
that's another one we leaving off of here, Cal. I don't know how I ain't mentioned him. Man, I don't
Yeah,
even think you know how cold Dog was on the court because I don't think you was into basketball like that. Dog was cold.
he was pretty good. I've heard a lot of people talk about his game. I heard a lot of people talk about his game.
When he
He
was
was
young, listen, this real. Like when he was young, when I like first came out the AC, this is when they still had the goals in AC with the backboard with the holes in it.
yeah, yeah.
Dog and Donald Wilson, them two of the two that I used to like watching hoop back then out there. This one we had to go up in the tree and watch. I was little. The tree in front of Miss Emma Gordon and Daryl Gordon them,
Yeah.
that big tree right there. We used to go up there and watch him like for real. But like Dog was hooping. You know
Y'all
what I'm
dog
saying?
he had some pretty good game, man. He had a nice game on it. You know, to be I always call that nigga fat. To be fat, I call dog fat. You know,
But he
maybe
wasn't
you know.
taking
I'm gonna put it like this: compared to everybody in our family, dog wasn't a muscular, and he
nah,
didn't
he
have
was
that. He didn't have that physique like everybody in our family. And so,
nah, he
yeah,
serious.
yeah. So, I called his ass fat, but he wasn't a fat fella. He just didn't have that muscle mass built on him or anything like that. So, but you know us. That's all we did was crack jokes on motherfuckers. So shit,
Yeah. So,
it was what it was.
but for real,
Now,
man, like
go ahead.
nah, go ahead. This your show, bro. You was finna
No, no,
ask me
no, no, no,
something.
no, 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 no. Go ahead. No, no. I ain't trying to be rude, brother. I want you to speak your piece, man. Cause we
Nah, man.
we don't get to speak it. I want you to let it loose.
Nah, I was I be tripping off a fact, right? Like, I'm here in Missouri, right? So in Jeff City, the capital. But anyway, like I go back to Paducah, right? Like when Paducah throw a north side, south side game or something like that, you
Mm.
know what I mean? Man, it'd be crazy. You hear me? It do. Even when I played
Your
in, like it'd be
your
crazy in there. You know what I mean?
your phone just
Hello?
broke up a little. What you say? Your phone broke up a little. What you say?
No, I was talking about like when Paducah throw their little tournaments or whatever they throw, man, it be people out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like when they put
yeah.
their north side, south side game on, when Tim Top and the boy and them throw their things, you know what I mean? They bring the people out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I didn't know they did
Even
that.
even at like oh man, like even yeah, they do. Yeah, they got north side, south side game going all the time. See, I know you don't be going back too much, you know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember I think they just had one. I know they just had an alumni game. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
look at hello.
I hear you. Go ahead. I hear you.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, yeah, but like just with the basketball, you know what I'm saying? It bring a lot of people out. But here in Jeff, they don't have a culture like in the town. And I noticed that like when I be here, I be like, what do y'all do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they have OD Top barbecue every year. You know what I mean? And they'd be fed out there doing their support. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it until you go away and come back, you don't understand that Paducah does have its own little culture. You know what I mean? Even with the 8th of August and just everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So and I'll be really tripping off that little cat. You feel me? But it made me appreciate where I'm from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I do appreciate where we from, man. It was.
Now the
It seemed like.
opportunities wasn't there. Think about this right here, little Cal. For the young guys that like rap, for the juices, you know what I mean? My son, you know what I mean? Just like everybody that rap in Paducah, it was never a radio station where you could go to the radio station and be like, hey man, would you play this? We never had that type of radio station other than like Murray State on Friday night. You know what I mean?
And see, I didn't know that shit about Mary State.
Yeah, see, so some of the opportunities was never there. You know what I mean? So you had to go like real hard on everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that about Mary State. See, uh, now I think Lecho ended up telling me something about that Mary State.
Yeah,
Uh,
they even had a midnight storm out at like I think it came on at 11 instead of 12. You know what I mean? I think it was like 11 to 12, but it might have came on at 12, where they just play like all R&B and stuff like that.
yeah.
Nice.
Did that shit reach Paducah?
Yeah, yeah, heck yeah. It reached a lot of places. You know what I mean?
Man,
Plus, you can call in and dedicate. You know what I mean?
yeah, I didn't know that, man. I guess I wasn't really into music or anything like that. I didn't know that. I truly
Yeah,
didn't know that. You telling me some shit that's just throwing me all off. I ain't lying.
yeah, it was nice.
Hell yeah.
It
Now,
just felt like something. So,
I did talk to your boy last night. I
who that?
talked to you. Roro crazy ass. Man, I talked to that dude about 2 hours, man.
Hey man,
Man, that dude was,
I hope
that
he
dude
tap
was,
on.
huh?
I said, I hope he tap on, man.
That's what I'm hoping to do because I don't really send the link and everything. And I'm hoping he jump his ass on here. I really hope he jump his ass on there. Cause he was telling me a lot of shit that hell I didn't even, I'm gonna put it like this, either I forgot or I just didn't know.
Man, for real.
He was telling me about this one chick. Do you remember
Oh
what's
man,
that?
and I could ask him who that was when I told you we woke up with that nigga in our bed and that girl. I don't know if he'll tell me who that girl is or if he remember that. You know what I mean?
He woke up with her in the bed?
Remember I told you that. I said we had that big old bed, and one day him and the girl, we woke up, me and Bud, and he was in the bed with the girl in our bed, and we didn't even know how. They had climbed up on the powerhouse and came in some kind of way. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro, that was crazy. It was wild, man.
Yeah, he told me about a chick named Melinda. Melinda, yeah, you remember Melinda? Tall chick.
Yeah,
She had a little brother named Pee Wee.
yeah, yeah,
And they had a. I think they was from Ewood, but her cousin Lavelle stayed in AC, and they used to come out there a lot. And he
hmm,
was telling me how she was a runner and all that stuff like that. And I'm trying to get. I am actually trying to get Leto on here tonight too. That's what I'm trying to get on here because I want him to tell me about that. Oh yeah, remember we were talking about the breakdance and stuff too. Roro threw this at me.
right.
Roro said, we forgot about somebody on Ewood that was over on that side. Jawan South.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, Jawan Southwood. Because he was telling me that Leto had actually just fucked him up. Jawan Southwood. You
yeah.
know, put him to sleep. I said, God damn. Leto wasn't playing, was it?
It's breaking.
What's
It's
that?
breaking up bad. Look, now it was breaking
Huh?
up. It went into some robotic stuff.
Oh, did it? I said, Leto was taking them niggas out, wasn't he? Shit.
Man, bro. I told you he could do everything.
Yeah. Yeah. When I had talked to Lito after we had talked and stuff, Lito had told me, he said, yeah, little Malvin, I was doing the pop locking and everything. But the one thing I had with the windmill was I can do the windmill, but I couldn't keep going, so I had to break off into a spin. So he was telling me about
Yep,
that.
yeah.
And see, I didn't know that him and Johnny was real tight. Lito. I didn't know they was, kind of tight with the pop locking and all that stuff like that. I didn't know all that. So he was telling me something new with that. I was like, man, that's crazy.
That's history. It's good stuff, man, to get to hear those stories, man. You know what I mean? And talk to the people. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be
Yeah,
thanking
yeah.
people for the music, bro. Like, them are memories that, like, if you wasn't there, you just don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you
Hey,
didn't get the
hey,
feeling that we, huh?
I didn't I didn't know Roro was at that shit that night.
I told you
He
the whole AP was up in there, bruh.
he told me that last night he was there. I was like, he was
Yeah.
like, and then the dude got mad at me. He said, fuck Calvin. How you gonna what do you say? How you gonna talk about you met Robert before me? I was in AC before Robert. I said,
I
man,
was.
yeah.
He sure was.
Look, I know these things, man, but I'm telling you, man, my
Yeah, he was
ass.
in AP before me. And I'm talking about like some years before me, probably. You know what I mean?
It had to be, bro. Like I told him, I said I must have didn't mess with you much before Rob got there. He was
I
like, man,
told you he
Robert
was
them used
solo.
to. He said Robert them used to. He was telling me the same shit y'all when you said Robert them used to come to the projects. They would be playing football out in the field over there across from the church and stuff
Yeah,
like that. And
yeah,
yeah, he was telling me y'all stayed in the house across the street,
yeah,
across the railroad or something. I was like,
yeah,
no. I said that was their cousin Robert Collins. He said, no, look, Calvin, Robert them
yeah,
stayed over there towards that way too. I'm
yeah. We
like, man.
did.
I was like,
We
man,
did.
I don't
Yeah.
know, man. My
He
brains are
remembered.
scrambled.
That's crazy. He remembered. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I threw up some shit to him, man. I was throwing out some stuff that dude. He was like, God damn, Calvin, man, how you remember all that shit? I was like, it was just certain things. He used to call this one dude Cecil Barnett. I don't know if you know him. Rest in
yeah,
peace.
definitely. Yeah,
And he used to call Cecil Barnett Big Lip Deasley or some shit like that. And he was like, oh shit, man, I sure used to call that dude that shit. I said, I know it. I know it because I never understood how that dude did go let you call him Big Lip like that, man.
man, he was a demon though. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't like my dude.
Who was
He'll
that?
tell you he didn't like Chris.
Chris Kirkland?
Yeah, it was kind of like the Jack thing again a little bit. You know what I mean? He just all of them was like tough in their own way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, but they never fought. I don't think they never fought.
Mm, 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 mm.
I don't think they
I
ever fought.
don't, let me see. I know he would tell, he told me about Richard's, Rick Pullen stole off on him. He said Rick Pullen stole off on him, blanked his eye. He said that's the only person who ever got him. He never got him back. He was like, hell, he just recently just got over that. I said, man, you're a fool, man.
Hey,
You're a
bro.
fool.
Hey, look. It was this one fight. I don't think you was there, and I don't want to bring the person name up right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Roro did it, so he know who I'm talking about. He broke. Hey, bro, look, it's crazy, right? Because like he was kind of taking up for me on some stuff. You heard me? On the real, he was kind of like taking up for me on some stuff. AC, and
Uh-huh.
he ended up getting into it with somebody. So with him and somebody get into it, Rose still out. Pow! You know what I mean? But when he still him right, he cut out running across that field. You know what I mean? Because we was at Delmonico house. You know what I mean? So he cut out running across that field, across the office. You know what I mean? And he ran to his house. They stayed on that corner right there. You know what I mean?
I think I know what you're talking about because he was
Yeah.
telling me something about that. He was
Hey,
telling
bro.
me something about that last night.
So we running. It's me, Bug, the cat that he stuck up on. We chasing him. You hear me? We
Yeah.
hey, because we like, I'm like, what just happened? You know what I mean? So he get to the door. I'm not lying, man. It's like a movie, bro. He get to the door, to the back door to his apartment. Open up the door, run in the apartment, because all us ran around there. Came back out and bust dude head with a broomstick.
Oh shit! Hey, let me ask you something. This is something he threw at me, man. You know, and I forgot all about this.
Yeah,
He asked me, "Look, Calvin, you remember that night? Remember that day? Uh, I had a fight. He fought the police. You
yeah,
remember that?
yeah.
Right
I
there,
do.
actually, right there in front of your spot, in your
Yep,
house, your crib.
I
He
remember.
goes, and I told him, I said, you know, we was young and dumb, cause if we would have known better, we supposed to been jumping them motherfuckers that day. We actually supposed to been getting on their ass that day. But I can't say that allegedly supposed to been getting on their ass. I'm gonna put
Yeah,
it
that.
like that. And I was like, damn. And
But that
you know how old Roro was? He
man, he
told me
couldn't.
he said he was about 12 years old when he did that.
Yeah, he had to be young because I was young.
Yeah, he
You
said he
know
was
what I
12
mean?
years. And Roro right now, he ain't nothing. Roro, if he was 12, you and him was the same age, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Me and him was the same age. I was supposed to have been up there with him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When I that year, I feel he was in the eighth grade. I was in the seventh grade.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why
yeah,
off the bus, when they would start that stuff off the bus, he was the only one he wouldn't touch.
yep, yep.
I bet you don't remember that. He was the only one on that whole bus that they didn't get. You know what I'm saying?
When they used to get on our ass.
Yep. Man, he ain't do no running or nothing. I ain't lying. That's what used to make me mad too. Like, why y'all ain't on road here like that? You know what I'm saying? He only in the eighth grade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
that next year, he was going to high school. He was going to be a freshman that next year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he was telling me all kind of stuff, man. I don't know if you know him and Tony Cole used to have all kind of fights and shit like that, just going back and forth. I'm gonna see if this nigga off work. Give me a hot second here. I'm gonna try to get this nigga on here.
Hey, you know what's crazy, Cal? I bet you don't even know this about us, right? Like before we moved to Anderson, the last house that we stayed in before we moved to Anderson, right? We made a lot of friends up south before we even moved to Anderson. We used to go to the boys club. You hear me? So the boys club kind of like I talk about this a little bit, but Mr. Cross like saved me from going to juvenile camp early. You know what I mean? Because I was young, you know what I'm saying?
What the
And
hell did you do?
man, I don't even want to get into it, but I was on some like cat burglars, like you know what I mean. At a young age, I was already on one. Rolling, know, you know what I mean, like for real. You got to think, I was hanging around your brother Pun, like we like, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, not to get into that, but yeah, he kind of saved me on something right now, and told my mama to let us come to the boys club. You know what I mean? Like he used to give us rides back up north because we stayed up north by AC. We always stayed around AC before we could go there. Every house we stayed in was around AC, close to AC. You know what I mean? That's why
Yeah.
Roro remember that. We stayed by Leonard
Mm.
Simon in his house. You know what I mean? You know, so we
And
always
see,
stayed there. We stayed like a cousin now.
y'all must have
So
stayed by your cousin and what he was talking about. Yeah. Mr. Cross was good like that though, man. Mr. Cross,
yeah,
you know, he had
he
opened
used to
up that boys club, man. He was, you know, he used to
uh,
have those every summer have that big event and shit like
that,
that.
that, yeah. Hey, you used to
Yeah.
go crazy with them too. Man, you remember what you
Oh
used to
yeah.
do in the house? Man, that
Yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah. I used to jump every bit of what? Over 6 feet.
Man,
And
bro, that was ridiculous. People don't
easy.
be believing stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I did that shit and wasn't even a good 5'7".
Man, bro.
Good. I used
I
to
never
jump that motherfucker. But you know, with me and you being in two different age brackets, me and you
yeah.
being in two different age brackets, it was like we never did have to compete against each other. Basically,
I know.
what we were doing, we was competing against a lot of we're either the motherfuckers up south,
Yeah,
Ewood,
yeah,
Blackburn,
yeah.
Lincoln Court, and
Yep.
shit like that. And Roro brought this to my attention last night. He said, name the projects that we used to scorch damn near every weekend in football or some shit like that. I'm like, what? Lincoln Court. Cause
Yep.
he said him and Brian, he was telling me a story about him and Brian Jordan. Him
Yeah.
and Brian Jordan that got into it. Brian Jordan had left AC because we used to torture the shit out of them. We
I
did.
remember.
We used to
See,
torture the shit out of them. But I'm thinking Brian Jordan ended up having a chip on his shoulder over that shit because he used to bring a lot of motherfuckers from South, bring them to AC to play football, and we used to write their goddamn nuts every other weekend. Yeah. We had motherfuckers, man. We had some hitters out there, man.
man, bro. Like we really had some hitters, man. And it was
Yep.
crazy because like, and then not only that, I remember when Buzz started calling me and you, Duper and Clayton from Dan Marino, who used
Yeah.
to everything. We was young, but we was like, cause you couldn't guard us, man. We was just catching everything.
Everything. Every motherfucking
Man,
thing.
man. And then we was running kickback. You know what I mean?
Hey, when it
So,
came to football, we were just
hey, bro, he would get up so much speed, man. Hey, I thought he was kind of crazy because he would like try to run you straight over with no equipment on.
yeah. He
Like
was
Roro didn't
crazy.
have no shake. He didn't do a whole lot of shaking. He would just try to run you over, bro, all the time. You know
The
what I mean?
motherfucker, the motherfucker didn't have no brains in his head, man. I'm telling you, man. The dude they had no brains at all in his motherfucking head. Shit. And damn, I was just finna bring up something about that football. It was somebody that was it about Brian Jordan. What the fuck is this? I hit y'all. Thank you.
They sending me texts now trying to give me a you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, trying to get you the hoop. Yeah, you finna go do your little coaching thing. Oh,
We got mine in this morning at 5 in the morning. They be
y'all
up for
supposed to be
hooping.
doing that. Y'all supposed to be doing that little tournament in Missouri, right?
We already
Crazy.
did it. Me and my son, we already did it. Yeah.
I thought you said
It was on the 10th.
damn,
It
I
was
thought
June 10th.
I thought you said it was gonna be off some days that I'll be off. God damn, Robert.
Yeah, it was June the 10th.
Damn,
Yeah, hey, it was fun too. I'm gonna send you some pictures. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he was down here. You know, it was super fun, man. That's why I say being able to play with him, man, at my age now, being able to play. I didn't even think about that until a young guy that I was playing with. Right, he probably like 22, big old dude. He like 6'5". You know what I mean? And
yeah.
he was, man. He said, "How old are you?" And I told him how old I was. He was like, "Man," because he played on the 3-on-3 with us. You know what I'm saying? Because I told him my son was coming up. And I told him how old I was. He said, "Man, that's crazy, man. You get to play with your son." He's like, "Man, ain't no way your dad can play with me right now. And he younger than you."
Wow.
That's crazy. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's why I'm blessed to still be playing. Like, you know what I mean? You know.
Huh? What the hell? Email is what your email. What the hell is this? I don't know who the hell is. Oh, what's my email?
Oh man,
Uh,
bro.
yeah.
Dude ain't.
I hate we can't get Ramon on this motherfucker. I want to get Ramon on here. Either
Like doing
him, either him, or either him or Lito. We're gonna get us some more motherfuckers on here because we're
like
gonna.
Rokan gangster right now. You know what I mean? That's just real. Like he probably, you know, he's still on one probably. You know what I mean? For real.
What you
You know what
mean?
I mean? He one of the ones, man. He might be like gangster forever, bro.
I think he's gonna chill, bro. I
You know
believe
what
that dude. I think he had chill. Right now, for what my understanding with Roe is, he is for what Lito told me, the dude can cook like hell right now.
That's what's
He's a
up.
top chef or some shit. Like I'm like,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. I could
So
see that.
and so I'm like, okay, that's
And he got
good.
the name for it, don't he, bro?
Yeah.
His real
Ramon.
name, he got the name for it.
Ramon Kilgore.
You know,
Yeah. Ramon.
told
Hey,
his
yeah.
name, especially
Hey,
for cooking.
Ramon, that motherfucker, his mama used to trip me out. She was like, somebody hit that nigga, Ramon, get your ass out there, Ramon, and you motherfucking ass better not come back until you win. You hear me, Ramon? She never did call that nigga Roro. It was always Ramon. His mama was a savage, boy. I
She
ain't
was,
lying.
she
Yeah,
was a beast.
she
Real.
was a beast. She was a beast. She was.
You
She
know what I mean?
damn sure was. Shit, bro, it's about time for you to get your ass up out of here.
Yeah, I finna, you know what I'm saying? I was hoping somebody cut in before I dip. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm finna go catch the. Hey, matter of fact, this is a little shirt right here, a little Cap City Flight. You know what I mean?
Hold on, let me check it out. Let me blow us up here. You know I'm blind as a motherfucker. Okay, okay.
Yeah, this little team, man. You know what I mean? It's just they just started their little program, but they got a lot of different age brackets in their program, fifth, sixth, seventh. Then they got girls. You know what I mean? So nice little program, man, for the kids. You
That
know,
sounds good. That sounds
outside
good.
of that, man, and I enjoy doing it. You know what I'm saying? I really, really enjoy doing it. Uh, it's a grind though, trying to get these kids to learn, and then once you make them learn, you know what I mean, or help them learn, trying to get them to transfer it into the game. It's a beast.
Do they understand it when say like if one, like you
Yeah.
said, trying to do that double crossover, but he can only do it once. When they do learn, do they understand what you have done to their game?
No, no. I think I got like one player, maybe two, that's understanding because they literally work on the stuff that I give them in the drill. You know what I mean? Whatever drill it is, they do it exactly how it's supposed to be. So they work on their game. You know what I mean? But it's only one or two of them. Everybody else, because they only in the fifth grade, you know, their attention span like real short. They be zoning out. You know what I mean? And it's, for real, they be zoned out. You know what I mean? Kids, you gotta like that attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Damn.
they just be ready to play. Like they'll skip going and work on their crossover, work on their behind the back snatch. They'll skip all that to go play. Like let's scrimmage.
So you
You know
don't
what I mean?
have none that really he's not up to par to play, but he's ready to learn to get in
Yeah,
the game. Do you have any like that?
yeah. I got like one of them is a starter. You know what I mean? He probably my best player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
His name.
he don't know how to, and he don't know how to play.
Yeah, he know how to play. He know how to play.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
He got a skill set, and it just be little stuff. He probably my best player. He know how to play. You know what I'm saying? So with him, he's the one that I said do everything like gain speed because I make sure he do. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm,
I all of them do as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? But him, and then I got one that like he don't start. You know what I'm saying? And he's not one of the better players, but he's practicing and he's getting better on them. You know what I mean? Because he's practicing the little detail stuff, how to stop, how to control the ball, just all the little detail stuff that I'm trying to get him. He's soaking it up and he's practicing it. You feel me? So that's what I want him to do because it's hard to get a kid to feel comfortable dribbling the ball or doing other stuff. You know what I mean? When you ain't even taught him how to do none of that or he ain't felt the pressure for none of that. Because nowadays the game, Cal, it move like this. You know what I'm saying? They pressing. I'm talking about they'll tip it off, score a bucket. Right out of that, they press. You know what I mean? Boom until they get their 20-point lead, then they can't press no more at that age. You know what I mean? So the
mm.
game like, real fast. So sometimes kids don't be ready for that, or your mind don't think. You know what I mean? Or your skill set ain't there. And a lot of mine with like what I'm coaching now is a lot more skill set. And it's hard for me to tell them to break a press if they can't even dribble yet, or they can't pass good yet. You know what I mean? Or they
Yeah. So you have that problem with players who think they got the drill set. I mean the passing concept. They got the dribbling the ball They think they got this, but they don't have it. So that's
Yeah,
basically what you dealing with right there. They got some skill. People telling them they good, but when it comes to the game time, we fucking
yes,
up here and there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes. And it's like the same kid that might have the skill set. When he come game time, he don't trust his skill set. So instead of doing what he know he can do, he pick
Wow.
the ball up. You know what I mean? And I be telling this the whole time, like, trust yourself. If you put the work in and do whatever, trust yourself. Like me, when I got the ball in my hands, just being real with you, I don't care who defended me because it's my job to protect the ball. You know what I'm saying? So feel comfortable with the ball. You know what I mean? And a lot of them don't. They just pick it straight up, like when that pressure get there and they get fouled. You know what I mean? So, but I love it. I just love it because I get to live through the game and not only that, give back at the same time. You feel me? And
Yeah.
give back in an honest way. Because if it's one thing that I really love, is basketball. And everybody that know me know that. You know what I mean? And I was good
Mhm.
in football. So that's saying something. But like in basketball, I love it. You know what I mean? So I dedicated like my whole life, Cal. That's what you don't know. You know what I mean? Like once I left, I dedicated like my whole life to basketball. You know what I mean?
Let's
And it
see. I
was
didn't
this,
know that.
this right. I'm gonna tell you what my son asked me before I go. You know what I mean? It's about that time for me to smash over there. You know what I mean? But before I go, my son asked me this one time, right? He was like, "Dad, do you regret like not making it to the NBA and stuff like that?" You know what I mean? For real. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was good enough, I think, and it's a lot of people to say the same. You know what I mean? My vert was up there close to 50. And because it got like that, look, Cal, like I could take one step, touch the top of the square, all kind of mess. It was crazy. You know what I mean? And I got a lot of highlights doing some crazy stuff. But when he asked me that, I was like, nah, I don't regret nothing. I said, but I didn't have nobody to like show me the way. You know what I mean? And what I was going through, you know what I'm saying? I felt that was the right move at that time. You know what I'm saying? Just being real with you. So it kind of set my path back. And then my life wouldn't have went how it is now. You know what I
My
mean?
my understanding for what I saw when you came back from VA, the vertical did it got crazy because we talked about that a lot. Like, God damn, this
It was
motherfucker left
crazy.
with a vertical of 10, come back, this motherfucker sitting on top of the rim. What the
Hey, I
fuck did he
dedicated my
do?
whole life. It's like when I got to VA, it's crazy because when I got to VA, right, I went out in the greens, our little hood out there where we stayed at, and they wouldn't let me on the court. And it was this dude that man, wacko name, but he was like that. And the dude name was Dunk Master. I never forget. He had one of them Gumby things. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? When it to the
yeah,
side,
the Bobby Brown.
man, he was leaving on everybody. And it made me mad because they would let Bug play, but they wouldn't let me play. And Bug used to tell them now, like, because Bug knew I could dribble even back then. He was like, nah, man, my little brother, he could play. You know what I mean? But they would never let me play because I was so little. You know, I had just got down there, so I was still little. So,
Yup.
like dedicated my whole life to the sport. You hear me? And it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I get to watch these kids. Look how you know what I mean? And that just watching them develop into who they're gonna be, it's a feeling that, you know what I'm saying? If you really love something, you know what I mean? Like basketball, it's a feeling you can't deny when you see it. You know what I mean? Because and our job as a coach, and I tell my kids this, my job is to nurture that. I want you to love basketball. My job ain't to make you hate basketball because I'm always on you about something, but I'm gonna always be on you about something. You feel me? But
Yeah,
that ain't my
yeah.
job. My job is to make you love the game and try to be the best you can be. You know what I mean? So I challenge them, but I don't just dog them. You feel me? But
Yeah,
because I got to give them the skill, can't tell them how to win. I mean, can't tell them to win if I don't show them how.
that's
You
true.
know?
But but you got to understand something too, Rob. We went
Yeah,
years without a basketball court in AC, and
yeah,
we made up that game called court ball. And
yeah,
court ball was we had to get it basically just working on your dribble skills.
yep,
We working on your dribble skills and defensive skills. That's
yep,
all we had, and we had us. And then we didn't go to the court and play it. We played it right there in front of the center from chain to chain, doing
yep.
it right there. And we had what 3 people playing,
For
six.
real,
It was
bro.
a three on three. So we had to learn the dribble. We had to
Yep,
learn defense. We had
yep,
and we had to figure out shit to play.
yep.
And bringing that subject up before you go, Lito brought something to my mind the other day. Talking to him, 1 mile radius. The reason why we had to grow up so quick and grow up how we did in a 1 mile radius, we were the only projects that didn't have a swimming pool beside it, a game, what they call game room and all that stuff. We never had none of that shit nowhere near us.
Nope.
Any, anything that was like boys club and all that shit, we didn't have none of that shit around us.
Nope.
We only thing we had was a basketball court and that goddamn that big ass field back there by Jim Beam.
Yep.
That's the only thing we had. So you had to learn to either play basketball, football, or throw them goddamn hands.
Yep.
And it just so happened we learned all three of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We learned all three of them motherfuckers. So that's how that went down. So I'm gonna let you get up out of here, bro. I'm gonna let you get up out of here. Do what you do, man. Have a good game, coaching game. Give me your closing, bro. Give me something inspirational to take for the people.
Well, inspiration is keep pushing, man. You know what I mean? Even me, you know what I'm saying? You know, I live my life like through the blessing. You know what I mean? He blessing me to do what I want, so I try to push it every day. You know what I'm saying? So my closing argument, man, is push it. You know what I mean? Try to live whatever you got. You know what I mean? It don't matter what it is. You know what I mean? It's people that won't try and nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like nothing matters to them. Whatever it is, it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's my message, man. Just keep pushing. You know what I mean? Keep living. We losing a lot of people too early. You know what I mean? And I'm not even talking about to like bad stuff. I'm talking about like health and different issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, you know, just with that, you know what I mean, man? Just take life serious. You heard?
Yeah.
Man, thank you for having me, bro. I love the ACL. I like coming on here reminiscing. You know what I mean? Plus, we always try to keep it positive. We have our little quirks in there. We have our little negatives in there. But when you come from negative and you make a positive, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
It's a beautiful
but
thing.
You gotta have both sides to the story, because like these young boys' story right now is like kind of crazy because they don't get the first-hand knowledge we do. You know what I mean? They get shielded by it, so they don't know how to adapt to it when it happens. You feel me? So
I agree.
Or they get submersed in it because they got the internet. It's just like everything at once. You feel me? So, but anyway, man, much love, man. I'll holler at you on the next joint. You heard?
All righty, but unlike Mr. Mac there, I ain't an inspirational motherfucker. So I'm gonna be seeing your ass when I see you. Peace, people.